welcome back to Mary and Melnie's kitchen. Hope you're all surviving lockdown. And well done to those who had a go at making scones from the last video. David Torrance definitely gets the #1 fan award. Thank you for your comments. You'll be noticing I am wearing a very ironed apron this time. Hadn't realised the last one wasn't ironed. And there was some lovely comments about the last video, particularly the appearance of Mr. Richardson at the end. So today we're going to be making a lemon drizzle cake, which I know is a favourite of lots of you. And hopefully we'll have a special guest appearing later on today. So off you go, wash your hands while I get everything ready. For a lemon drizzle cake, you'll need self-raising flour, sugar, baking powder, margarine, a lemon, some milk, and eggs, of which I haven't got any. But Mary thought it might be a good idea for you to come and collect the eggs with me today. So off we go. Here is Mary and Lily. And the seagulls. Mary is named after Mary Berry, and they're just enjoying pecking about the garden. So let's see if we can go and find some eggs in the hen house. Mary and Lily are spoiled hens. They have a very nice house, and they usually lay 1 egg a day. Oh, there we go. That's today's eggs. And we'll take these back to the kitchen and go and start making our lemon drizzle cake. I have rubbed the eggs and washed my hands, and that's us ready to start cooking. We'll start by weighing out the margarine. You need 100 grams of margarine. I've got the scale set at 0 and the bowl. And I'll weigh it out. Now remember, any sort of bacon margarine is absolutely fine. The softer margarines, the spreads aren't as good, but a bacon margarine should do the trick. Next, we want 150 grams of self-raising flour, which has been a bit tricky to get a hold of recently. If you are struggling to still get self-raising flour, you could use plain flour and just add 2 extra teaspoons of baking powder. We also want 150 grams of sugar. It's a great recipe, this, because everything goes in one bowl and it gets mixed up. Next is a teaspoon of baking powder. When you're measuring out baking powder or any sort of powders and it says a teaspoon, always make sure it's a level teaspoon, that you don't mean a heaped one. And then 4 tablespoons of milk. There we go. And then we need to grate the rind of the lemon. So you want the fine grater, if you have one, to grate the lemon. And we're just after the yellow part on the outside of the lemon. Try not to go too deep onto the white part, because that's a bit more bitter. And save the rest of the lemon for later. Scrape the lemon rind into the mixture that you've already weighed out. And then we need to add the eggs. I find it's probably better to put them into a jug or a cup or something first, just in case you get some shell in there. Although you're all very good at this. This one. These are quite big eggs, but any size will do. So give the mixture a good stir. Make sure all the lumps have gone out of the margarine. David Torrance, you'll be particularly good at this because you're very good at stirring. Now, if you're doing this with a wooden spoon, it does take a little while by the time you've got it all mixed and the margarine nice and smooth. Just do it for a little bit to show you. So that's it, starting to mix. And you just carry on for a good while. If you're lucky enough to have an electric mixer, whether it's a big one or a small one, you can do this part in that. So I've got an electric hand mixer here, which some of you might have used at school. And if you have, remember when you're using it, don't lift it out the mixture when it's still going, otherwise you'll have the whole kitchen to clean. Just stir it round, really until all the lumps of margarine have disappeared. This is a great cake mixture to use for anything. You don't have to add the lemon. It can just be a sponge cake. Great for the inside of a birthday cake or cupcakes as well. That looks done. And there's the mixture, and that's all there is to it. Probably one of the easiest cakes you can make. What do you think, Mary? How are we getting on? She's not really paying a lot of attention today. I think she's thinking about the special visitor who's hoping to arrive later on. So I usually make my lemon drizzle in a loaf tin, and I cheat and buy these liners, but you can easily just put a square of greaseproof paper or baking paper in the bottom. You can always make it in a round cake tin as well. 7-inch works best. Or you could even make cupcakes out of the mixture and make little lemon drizzle cupcakes. So I'll just make a loaf tin today. So pour the mixture into the loaf tin. There we go. So just smooth the top until it's level. And now it's ready to go into the oven. And the temperature is 160 for a fan oven, probably 170 or 80 for a normal electric oven, and gas mark 4 if you've got gas. Now you could go and help with the washing up while you're waiting for your cake to cook. I was hoping Mary would do my dishes today, but seeing as she's got a posh dress on, it looks like I'll be doing the dishes. For the lemon drizzle part of the cake, you need the juice of the lemon left over from grating the rind. And I usually put the juice into whatever you had the rind in, because I quite like the little bits that were left. Don't worry if it's got some pips, you can always pick those out at the end, or you might have a fancy lemon squeezer which stops them going into the juice. You then need to weigh out about 40 to 50 grams of sugar. And this goes into the lemon juice. And just give it a stir. So our special guest has just arrived and I'm quite excited because it's none other than Paul Hollywood himself. Lovely to have you with us, Paul. Mary's been looking forward to seeing you for ages. So I'm a little bit overwhelmed that Paul is going to be having a look at the lemon drizzle cake, but I am hoping for a Paul Hollywood handshake at the end. So we'll have to see how it turns out. So that's the lemon drizzle cake out of the oven. If you're not sure if it's cooked, you can use a skewer and just push it in, and if it comes out clean, it means it's cooked. It usually takes about, I find, 40 minutes, but it all depends on your oven. It's just a case of trial and error, really. To add the drizzle, if you just give the sugar and lemon juice mixture a stir, because sometimes the sugar sinks to the bottom, and then using a skewer, if you just push it in all the way to the bottom, all over the top, until there's quite a few holes in it. And then just spoon the drizzle over the top. I like to use a spoon because it covers it more evenly. And then you just leave it in the tin to cool. There we go. What do you think, Paul? Not too bad, even if I say so myself. My first Paul Hollywood handshake. I hope that's not you, Mr. Richardson, hiding behind Paul Hollywood, hoping for an extra dollop of cream.
Surprise!
So there we have the finished lemon drizzle cake. I've decorated the top with a few fondant ice and flowers, which I keep in a tin ready-made. Unfortunately, Mr. Richardson isn't getting to taste this cake today because it's going to a lady called Anne who has a special birthday today. So off you go, have a go at making a lemon drizzle cake, or you could make cupcakes just the same. Please post any photographs if you can, or leave some comments about how you get on. Any questions, just pop them up on Google Classroom. So from Mary and Paul and me, happy baking. Hello boys and girls, welcome back, and well done to all of you who had a go at making scones. There were some fabulous results, lovely to see the pictures posted, and well done to the teachers as well.